Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn this awesome SLICK Intervallic Pentatonic Lick. Stay tuned, I'll show you how to play it and I'll show you how you can create these awesome intervallic licks from your pentatonic scales as well. In this video then, we're going to be learning that lick I played at the beginning based on intervallic ideas using the pentatonic scale. But if you haven't done it already, hit like to like the video, hit subscribe to the channel, and click that alert bell so you don't miss any updates. If you'd like a PDF workbook with everything I'm going to talk about in this lesson written out, you'll see a link below in the description, so make sure you grab that. Also, if you like any of the ideas that I'm going to talk about in this video, I have a full course all about pentatonic scales and how you can get the most out of the pentatonic scale and the fretboard over at my guitar school, Fretlix. Links in the description below. But let's just get stuck in with the lick then. So the lick is based in A minor. And we're going to be using a bunch of different pentatonic positions. We're going to be using position 1. We're going to be using position 2. Position 3. Position 4. And we're going to end up the very top of position 5. So we are playing pretty much a little bit of all of the positions of the pentatonic scale. If I've just said that and you've gone, what is this guy talking about? As I said, I've got a course going really deep into all of this stuff, showing you the shapes, licks, techniques for remembering them, exploring all the fretboard over my guitar school. Link in the description, so make sure you check that out. So we're going to be using intervallic ideas. Is where basically you're going to be, rather than playing sort of upper scale like this, we're going to be sort of jumping notes. We're going to have big wide intervals like this. So rather than sort of like your run-of-the-mill licks, which might go, we're going to get this sort of idea from the pentatonic scale. A sound that I love because it almost doesn't sound pentatonic. When people think the pentatonic scale, I guess they're usually thinking these bluesy kind of licks, which sound amazing. However, that's not all you can do with the pentatonic scale. I truly, truly believe that if you can play this pentatonic scale really well, you don't really need any other scales. Now, absolutely, do I use other scales? Yes, of course. It's really, really helpful to have other sounds, but fundamentally, the pentatonic will give you everything you need to play an amazing guitar solo. Those 5 notes, you can play an amazing solo with just those 5 notes if you know to use it well. So let's just get stuck into the lick then. We're going to start off right at the beginning of position 1, which is the 5th fret on the E string, and we're going to play 5-8, and it's going to be a hammer on. And then we're going to play 5-7 on the D with the slide. And there's an example of that intervallic. And then we're going to hammer on to the 10th, which is up in position 2 now, on the D string. Jump over another string up to the 8th fret on the B. And then go up to the 10th fret on the B. I'm going to slide it from the 8th to the 10th. Now that's sort of covering 2 octaves of a pentatonic scale. Okay, and then we're going to play 13. Pull off to 10 on the B string. Let me just do all of that slowly so far. Okay, and the key to making these sound really fluid and silky is just to do as much like legato. So basically hammer-ons and pull-offs the slide as you possibly can. So I'm only really picking when I move to a new string. So all of that stuff on the B string is all just with one pick. So I'm picking, slide in, hammer on, pull off. Okay, and then we're going to move to the D string and we're going to play 12, 10. So let me just play that much so far. Okay, and then I'm going to play the 12th fret on the A string. Okay, and we're back to a root note A again. So all of that. Okay, so another thing with licks, don't feel like you always have to play the entire lick. You can choose segments. So you might just find this much is enough for you, or you might quite like going, that might be a lick. So you could be playing a solo, bring in that lick, and then off with your solo. Or whatever. So you can, when you're learning licks, it doesn't have to be my licks, anyone's licks you learn. You don't necessarily always have to be able to play the entire lick. You might just choose a bit and just play that. And also in your own improvisation then, little segments like this do sound really cool, so you're not always reliant on starting and finishing a lick in its entirety. Just little bits are always really, really handy to learn. So let me just move the lick on then. So after we've come down this, we're going to slide up to 15. And then we're going to play the 12th fret on the G, slide to 14, 15 on the high E, slide to 17. And that's the end of our lick, right up on a high A note. So let me just play all of that. Okay, so a little bit faster. I'll leave the end of that lick talking about dissecting licks. This bit. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's coming off your position 4, and you could just use that as a lick in its entirety. Or whatever. So also when learning long licks, dissect them. Okay, so I'm going to put the metronome on now. So it's up to you whether you want to feel 16th or 8th notes. I mean, I'm feeling 16th when I'm playing it, and that's what I'm going to do when I do it with the metronome. But also, you know, anything which is 16th, you can use it with 8th notes as well. So you could just be playing them at half the speed or different tempos. 8th are going to work better than the 16th, blah, 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 blah. That's just a bit more theory. But for me, I'm going to be feeling 16th when I play this lick. Here it is at 70 BPM. And again. Let's speed that up a bit now. Here it is at 90 BPM. And again. Let's speed that up a bit now. Here it is at 110 BPM. And again. And finally, let's do a little bit faster. Here it is at 125 BPM. And again. Okay, that's the lick at a few different speeds. Now, personally, I don't love these licks when they start to get too fast. You sort of lose that floaty, silky sort of sound. So I prefer them up to about where I was then, 16 to about 120 to 125-ish. That's kind of enough. And these are definitely something you can use if you're playing rock, fusion, funk, jazz, that sort of style, okay? So also, it's really getting you out of your comfort zone in the way you would probably approach pentatonics normally. I love the sound of intervallic playing. Is something I use a lot, just because I kind of find this sounds quite interesting. The other thing which you can do with these licks is, rather than starting on your first beat, you can start on any rhythmic subdivision. So you could start on your 1 and, your 2 and, your 3 and, whatever, or your 1E and, depending on how advanced you are. I'm not going to do them all in this video. That would be for something else, talking about starting licks in different places. But I will demonstrate it in a couple of different places. So when I played the lick with a metronome then, I started on the beat. So this time I'm going to start on the and after the 1. So I'll get 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to start on the and after 1, still playing 16ths. I'm going to do it to 100 BPM, and it all sounds like this. And again. Okay, so you can sort of hear that everything's kind of falling in a slightly different place, making the lick sound a bit more interesting. So the thing to focus on anytime you're displacing a lick like this rhythmically is, where is the beat? Where am I sort of focusing on? So if I start on 1 and 2, I know that note, that D string 5th fret, landed on the 2nd beat. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So as a practice exercise then, I could just start the lick there, which is the 5th fret on the D, from the 2, so I could get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm starting it in a slightly different place. Once I get the hang of going 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I get the hang of it there, then I can just tag the first bit on. So I can get 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And then the lick kind of sticks on like that. So often when learning licks, if there's any sort of stuff which is starting on offbeat and you're struggling with, just look at where the lick lands on the beat and just practice it from there, and then kind of work your way backwards. So if it's, you know, if it's starting on the one hand like I just did, start on the second beat, practice it from the second beat, and then add on the bit that comes before it like I just did. Also, what that's doing in the process of practicing like that, you're learning the lick from starting in a different place, so you're not always reliant of starting the lick from there. You can also start the lick from there, so you could be soloing and you can just pick the lick up there as well. So when learning licks, there's so many ways of exploring them. That's just giving you a few insights. Let me just start on another rhythmic subdivision. I'm going to start on the 4 and this time, and it all sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was an intervallic pentatonic lick, showing you how you can sort of stretch across the fretboard with your different positions, jumping across strings using intervallic ideas and starting in different places in the beat. If you like that kind of thing, check out my guitar school, fretlix.com, and look at the Mastering the Minor Pentatonic course. Loads more stuff like that in there, and honestly will truly help you master the fretboard. If you enjoyed this kind of lesson, this is the first one I've sort of done on this sort of content, comment below and I'll do other intervallic sort of stuff like this. There's loads of stuff that you can do with this sort of idea. If you like the video, hit like to like the video, click subscribe to subscribe to the channel, and hit that alert bell so you don't miss any updates. If you want a workbook with all that written out, you'll see a link below in the description, so make sure you grab that. As I said, come and check out my guitar school, Fretlix, www.fretlix.com. Loads of great courses and lessons guaranteed to help you become a better guitarist. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you again soon.